Preserve your memory and favorite days. Come online to the newest craze. The digital scrapbook, the way you want it to look. With digital scrapbook kits, fun and full of wit. You log in today, you won't be able to quit. Come on over and you'll think it's the bomb. Nitwitcollection.com.
Hi, and thanks for joining us to see our latest collection release, our Baby's First Girl collection. If you've already seen our Baby's First Boy collection, well, it's going to be a quick video for you because this is an actual duplicate of our Baby's First Boy. And if you haven't watched our Baby's First Boy, well, there is a boy collection too, if that's what you're looking for. So our complete collection, obviously, as normal. Sorry to repeat myself if you're normally viewing our YouTube videos. But if you're new to us, our FQB, our Baby's First 2, our Baby Girl's First Solids, our Baby First Girl Talk, as well as our Little Bits Elements pack, comprises the entire collection. So all 5 products are coordinated. There is nothing duplicated in any of these 5 products. So when you purchase this bundled collection and get all 5 products, rest assured there is no duplicates in them. And also by purchasing it this way, you do save 20% when buying it this way as a bundled product rather than buying each individual item. So let's get in and have a look and see exactly what is in this entire collection for you. In our FQB, we have our announcement card. Obviously, it's a really nice thing to have. When you have a baby, there's so many of the details that you want to capture and preserve for forever that we thought this would be a very, very suitable element for you to use. Whether you're doing cards, whether you're doing mini albums, scrapbooking pages, whatever, this is perfect because it does list all of the details of that very, very special day. We also have little stuffed animals. The little stuffed animals here are, you see them as individual items, and then you'll see them later on here where they have, like, they're holding word tags and there's clusters of elements around them and stuff like that. So we like to give you both options, so that way if you're creative and want to do something a little different with them, you'll have the ability in order to do that. But if you would have kind of a little bit rushed for time, or you're not quite comfortable with that, clustering things together, you have both options available to you. Here are some safety pins, 3 of those ones. And another stuffy and the little tiger, isn't she sweet, hey? And our background papers. Our background papers obviously have a variety of patterns, a variety of colors, and you will see the duplicate of colors in the same pattern as you're seeing on the screen right now. The reason for that is not to, like, oh, this is going to make it real easy for us. This is actually to hopefully make it easy for you. I know that, and you'll see that the difference from our layout, our digital scrapbooking layout that we show when you look at the product, you'll see that, okay, there's an inspiration given as to how we thought you could use the kit. Same thing with the card. Well, you'll see that Mary Fran and I both do different things when she's making the layout and I'm making the card. We go in different color palette ways, and this is by having all these papers in the same pattern but different colors, you're going to see that you then have the creative option to go whichever direction that you see fit, whatever color choices you want to make. So you can see in here, there's 40 background papers. So as you certainly have lots of creative options in the FQB alone here, if you're making multiple cards, multiple pages, things like that, there are tons and tons of them to use. Into our elements, you'll see here's our baby bottle. Obviously a quintessential element that you'll want. That is one of the primary things that you need when you have the baby. So we have our bows. The bows are great elements again and you'll see how I use it in my card making idea. When you go to our store and see it in the store, you'll see our card making inspiration, and I used one of the bows on the top right corner there just to fill in, give it a little more visual interest. We have a bunch of sweet little buttons, obviously color coordinated to match the collection. And here we are with the stuffed animals, as I was mentioning earlier. Here they are clustered together with little word tags and everything else. These are excellent because for me, I'm not the best at coordinating everything together and with the scale and should I use this element or that element. These make it really simple to use. And so you'll see mine is on my card. The flowers are always great elements, and again, individual elements so that you can do whatever it is that you choose with them. Whatever creative options that you see fit, you have the ability because you do have individual elements. And here's some heart clusters. Really, really sweet in the main colors of this kit. Again, very easy to coordinate. Treasured moments. You're going to see we have a few of these journal cards. So you can see that there's already lines on it, so you can easily place this in, whether you use this in a mini album or in a scrapbook album as a kind of a pocket tag where you can write your special sentiments and your special words on them, or you want to use them in cards, you can fill them in before you actually make the card, everything else. So here's a couple that are a little bit less adorned. Maybe you want to take some of those individual flowers or one of the stuffed animals, things like that, in order to beautify this element all by yourself. Well, you have that option here as well. Here's a baby bottle with a journaling tag. Again, lots and lots of journaling stuff. Obviously, for a baby's first year, this kit encompasses right from birth all the way up to and including their first birthday. So we all know how much changes in a year, and that is one of the big dramatic changes is that first year because everything's brand new, right? So we wanted to make sure that you had lots of journaling areas, as you can see with these elements. Some leaves, again, individuals. And here are some month squares. Now, we thought it was a great idea, and one of our design team members had suggested it, and Mary Fran, when she was creating this kit, thought this would be a terrific thing where each and every month, whether this is their first month, second month, I think you get the idea, but we have date, height, weight, and milestones, all decorated differently, so that way if you are doing a sequence of things for them, they are different. It is going to give a lot more interest rather than everything being identical and it just looking kind of placid. So you have 12 months of these as well. Now, we also gave you just a month with the number in it. Maybe you just wanted to have this as a simple tag and not record all that because you were going to use some of the other journaling elements, or you wanted to do something specific yourself, maybe with photos, where you just put this on the edge of a photo so it makes it memorable as to what month that was that this photo was taken. Here's a sweet little onesie for her. And the baby rattle. So here's the baby rattle without the journaling area on the top. So that gives you another element to go with. The ribbons are always terrific elements in order to help you to adorn and decorate other areas of your pages and cards and things like that. Very, very simple to use and a good selection of them. Also in kind of a scallopy, kind of lacy eyelet trim so that way, hey, it's a girl's thing, right? We want to pretty it up a little bit. Here are some heart tags. These heart tags you can use for several different ways. You can either take the heart and maybe place a photo in it and cut the picture art out in a shape of a heart. You could journal on these. You could embellish them with some of the flowers or whatever elements you found fit, or you could just leave them as is. Again, you'll see on my card making idea how I used one of these, and I just used it plain, and I thought it turned out really, really well because they're unique elements all by themselves. Baby's first year, we wanted to give you a couple of title tags. Obviously, when you're starting to work on things, I know for me, when I start creating, I always like to take like either a main element or a title tag or something like that. It gives you that inspiration and kind of gets you off and running. Sometimes you get that little mental block. Well, more often than I'd like to say, but you do get that mental block. So these things are there kind of in order to hopefully help you along, but also help you to complete your project a little quicker because we've already got the sayings. They're in a terrific font already, that kind of thing. Treasured moments, same idea with this title tag. Heaven sent, and then a few blank ones so that way you can fill it in if you thought, it wasn't exactly what I wanted to say, so I'm going to fill it in with something else. So here's our Little Bits Elements pack. Now the point of the Little Bits Elements pack, as you can see with these photo frames, is we want to give you finished elements. Again, we're all busy people, and sometimes you really want to create, but if you're starting out with all individual elements, you know it takes you a while. That is a very joyous thing if you have the time. For those of you that don't have the time, well, elements like this that are already pre-done for you, and you'll see many more to come, these things can make creation still fun, give you great results, but it makes it go along a lot quicker. Now, these photo frames are actually the center part here that I'm moving my cursor around in. This is actually, if you're using it digitally, this is transparent, so there's no white behind this or anything like that. If you're printing the element and then going to cut it out and use it to scrap with in a physical form or make a card with in a physical form, you'll see there's a white border around here, and Mary Fran purposely did that with a bit of shadowing and a bit of dimension to it So that way you can easily trim this out if you want. You can place your photo right on top of this, even though it will have the whiteness, obviously, when it goes to print. But great elements to use. Here are some sentiments. Again, these are just words. Think of them like just printing on a piece of paper. When you're printing it, obviously it'll print out on the white paper. But why not take this and cut this in a heart shape? Maybe you want to cut it in a circular shape or a diamond shape or whatever. You can do all kinds of things with them in paper, as well as if you're using it digitally, well, you can just put this on there, being that there's a transparency behind this. So the words go on and you don't have to worry about any other color covering up anything else you were trying to do. Same thing with You Were So Loved, Little One, and this sentiment as well. A baby makes love stronger, the days shorter, the nights longer, and a home so much happier. So easy and really poignant sentiments for you to use. Here's a sentiment card that's decorated it up a little bit more. Good old Winnie the Pooh gave us this sentiment and quote, so we thought this would be a fair one to put in for you as well. Sweet baby. Here's our little baby giraffe. She's peeking her face around. Great element. You can use it as is again, or maybe you wanted to print it out fairly large or use it, keep it fairly large, place a photo in here. Or maybe you wanted to put in one of the heart clusters or flowers or whatever the case would be. There's lots of options with that. Dream big, little one. And new arrival, baby's first year of memories. So obviously great title page for your mini albums, for your scrapbook albums, things like that. Here's some more titles. Welcome, little one. And then into our word strips. We've tried to include, there's about 20 of them in here, I think 22 to be exact. Ones with a lot of already poignant sentiments on them. Phrases, everything else. So again, making it very easy and simple for you. You may want to start here and have a look at these when you're creating, and that'll again be your jumping off point in order to get you, oh yeah, hey, this is all tuckered out. I have a great photo of them sleeping, or I want to go in that direction. It'll just give you some creative energy and some creative ideas. So we hopefully gave you sentiments that you liked, but in the event that we didn't, we obviously have included 5 blank ones that are color coordinated so that you can actually fill in what you want to say, or maybe it's their name or a title or something like that, but you have that option as well. Here's our solid background paper pack. Now, I don't know if you can see this. Well, let's get to a little darker colored one here. This one's a little darker colored in the dark coral. You can see there's a little faint line of a kind of a square pattern in here. We wanted to give them a little bit of visual interest because you can use them as standalone papers, but a lot of times we do use them as back papers in behind our main paper, where you just see a little bit of it. The point behind this is it's almost like digital cardstock. Obviously, you probably have cardstock in the house if you are a physical paper scrapbooker or card maker, but chances of you having the exact coordinating color, kind of slim, right? So we wanted to make sure, and that's the point of creating our solids pack, is we always want to make sure that you have the perfect coordinating things. It just gives you such better results at the end. Here's our alpha, created in nice little building blocks. The nice pink color, obviously very girly, but everything is here in terms of numbers. You have capital letters, you have some punctuation. You can use these in many, many different ways. Use them to spell the new baby girl's name, use it as a date, maybe the hospital they were born in. We even have one that is a heart shape, so kind of like a love sentiment or a love symbol. This gives you all the options in order to punctuate the title, name, date, whatever it is you want to do with this alpha, and this is a perfect one for it. So STU. Maybe you can teach them their alphabet with this. Hey, we'll print them all out, and this is their alphabet cards. And lastly is our Baby's First Girl 2. So the 2 paper pack, basically, all it's there for is to give you so many more creative options. You're going to see the same patterns that you'd saw in the FQB in those papers, but as you can see, they're all different colors. These are not duplicates of the ones that are in the FQB. I don't want you to think that. You're getting different colors of them. So again, when you're creating multiple things, you always need so many different variations, and this is what the point of our 2-pack is. So that is the entire collection. Again, thanks for joining us to have a look at this bundled Baby's First Girl collection. Boy, that's a mouthful, isn't it? We hope you liked it. Please give us the thumbs up on our YouTube channel if you liked the video. please leave us a comment or a suggestion or whatever it is down below. And we hope that you'll subscribe to our channel so that as we produce new videos, which are usually weekly, you will be notified of it in your subscriptions on the left-hand side of your YouTube channel. Thanks again, and hope you have a great day. Bye-bye now.